a collection of anthropomorphic animals, including Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, Rabbit, and Owl, made friends with a young Christopher Robin many years ago when they encountered him in the 100-acre wood. As he got older, though, Christopher had to leave them behind since he started college. Pooh, Piglet, Rabbit, and Owl went into extreme starvation and killed and ate Eeyore due to the lack of Christopher to feed or guide them in the onset of winter. This traumatized the group to the point where they developed a hatred for anything human-related as well as Christopher for leaving them behind. After that, the group agreed to give up being human and revert to their animal nature, as well as to never talk again. 5 years later, Christopher, now an adult, goes back to the 100-acre wood with Mary to visit his old companions, only to discover that it has been left in a forlorn state. Christopher continues his investigation despite Mary's warnings to leave and is startled by Piglet, who uses a chain to suffocate Mary to death. Christopher is horrified and tries to flee, but Pooh and Piglet catch up with him and bring him back into the woods. Later, Maria's therapist suggests that a group of college students, including Maria, Jess, Alice, Zoe, and Laura, rent a cabin in the 100-acre wood so that Maria can forget about her horrible experience with a stalker. Another one of Maria's friends, Tina, becomes disoriented while traveling to the cottage. Pooh follows her into an abandoned factory where he grinds her up with a wood chipper. Pooh has been holding Christopher captive in his treehouse as he whips him mercilessly with Eeyore's broken tail and drenches him in Mary's blood as retribution for leaving his erstwhile buddies to fend for themselves. Pooh and Piglet locate the cabin after dark and abduct Laura while she's soaking in a hot pool. Pooh slowly rams a car into Laura's head, breaking her skull, as Piglet gags her. As Maria and Jess hear the noise and discover Laura's body, they quickly return to the cabin to alert Alice and Zoe. Pooh attacks the girls, causing them to become separated from one another. Piglet also breaks into the cabin, knocks Alice out cold and sledgehammering Zoe to death. Maria and Jess decide to follow Pooh and Piglet into the woods to save Alice after seeing them carry her away. Maria and Jess free Alice, Christopher, and Charlene in Pooh's treehouse. Charlene's husband, Scott, has already been killed by Piglet. Charlene summoned Piglet to kill him in retaliation, but Pooh restrains her, and Piglet mutilates her to death. Pooh pursues Maria and Jess into the woods, but Alice remains behind to use his own sledgehammer to beat a defenseless Piglet. Pooh returns to the treehouse after hearing Piglet's screams but discovers that he has already passed away. Pooh is furious and approaches Alice with a knife. He then fatally impales her to a wall through her open lips. Running to the road, Maria and Jess approach a car being driven by 4 neighborhood males, Logan, Tucker, John, and Colt, and signal for assistance. The men try to kill him, but Pooh kills them all easily, one by one, until Maria tries to run him over with the car. Pooh enters the vehicle, and Maria collides with a tree and loses consciousness as a result. As Maria finally awakens, she sees Pooh mutilating Jess. Pooh then makes an attempt to assassinate Maria before Christopher, driving a different vehicle, slams into him, apparently killing Pooh. While Christopher tries to assist Maria, Pooh, who has survived, runs up to them, snatches Maria, and prepares to stab her to death. Christopher begs Pooh to spare Maria and promises to live with him forever in the 100-acre wood. But Pooh violates his quiet pledge to tell Christopher, "You departed," as a reminder of the latter's abandoning the former, and then slashes Maria's neck. Pooh continuously stabs Maria's corpse as she slowly bleeds to death until Christopher runs away from the woods.